Hello there, classes. My name is Derek Malinzak, and I am an instructor here at the Rutgers University Department of Psych, Rehab, and Counseling Professions. I primarily teach in the undergrad program, but may have a few grad students sprinkled into at least one of my classes. I am teaching two classes this semester. This is the fall 2017 semester. In this introduction video, I'm going to put up in both of them rather than do two separate intros about me. But I will do two separate videos kind of detailing the overview of the courses that I am teaching. This semester I'm teaching Community Resources, PSRT 2121, and I believe the number is 4515, but I'm not positive on that. It's a brand new course for me, teaching Wellness and Recovery. Both classes are online. So just a little on me, because I will be asking for a little on you, so it's only fair. I had started in community mental health, worked in group homes, in supportive housing programs, in a few different partial care programs, kind of all over the place, respite, liaisoned with a lot of the other organizations like Supported Employment and ICMS and whatnot. So I got to know those quite well also. And after a bunch of years in community mental health, I had a lot of interaction with the department. I had gotten my bachelor's at Rutgers prior to really getting into the field. I got in right at the end right during my senior year, and then discovered psych rehab while I was at an agency called Triple C Housing, where I met at the time Amy Spagnolo, now Dr. Spagnolo, and went back to was then UMDNJ, got my master's, worked for a few more years in the field. So that was how I kind of got involved with the school, and then kind of stayed in touch. And after a while, a position opened, and that was really awesome for me. I was able to transition into academia and worked in research for 3 years under Michelle Mullen, another faculty member in the department, doing research on executive functioning. I did something called cognitive remediation. If you know the website lumosity.com, this is like what I did was sort of a paper manualized one-on-one teaching version of cognitive remediation rather than done on a computer. And it was really interesting, and I learned a lot about how people learn, and that really spurred my interest in teaching, and kind of I'd always wanted to be a teacher, and finally found my niche when the grant ran out. As coincidence would have it, a position open to teach full-time, and I've been doing that. This will be now my third year, primarily teaching online. Actually, this semester I'm all teaching online, but primarily teaching in the department versus doing research. In addition to that, I'm also a PhD student here in the department, working to get my PhD in psychiatric rehabilitation. So I have about another year plus a little over a year's worth of classes, and then I go on to my dissertation. So that's quite exciting. I have some research interests. A lot of them relate to online learning, actually, and how, again, taking from that cognitive remediation and executive functioning background, I'm interested in sort of how people learn specifically online as compared to in the classroom. It's a totally different experience, as many of you know, or if this is your first online class, you will get to know. And I'm interested in helping kind of move online learning forward. I think that it's kind of stuck in this sort of awkward phase, and we haven't sort of completely moved into the next generation of feeling more connected online. And so that's what I try and work to do in a lot of my classes through things like video. I'm also interested in disability services on college campuses. The population I'm primarily interested in is college students with mental health issues or psychiatric disability. So related to online learning, specifically interested in that population and helping them. But really I'm interested in helping all kind of move forward. Disability services, specifically again related to psychiatric disability, and helping disability services get better at what they do. And so I'm sort of partnering with a few colleagues on trying to do that, and I have a few students helping potentially as well. And within that, also primarily interested in programs that involve students working as peers in the mental health movement. So I know some colleges sort of train students to become sort of peers and help disability services or counseling services with outreach to students that may be struggling with a mental health issue and people that often themselves are in recovery and can relate. And it's invaluable experience sort of as you're working towards your degree. But it's also awesome real life experience, and you really do make a difference in these students' lives. So that's an interest of mine. And then I do a podcast for college students with mental health issues and faculty that are interested in them as well. So that's another interest I have in terms of research, is finding out how podcasting might help us with learning and memory retention of information and possibly long-term behavior change. So the podcast is called the College Student Success Podcast, and it's focused on goal attainment. So you set a goal and kind of listen along the way every week during the semester, and hopefully get some skills or some resources, and that can help you kind of work towards that goal. So that's sort of a little bit about me. I'm really excited to get to know you guys. So, I think I'll be asking in both classes for sort of a short, like this. This is now going on 6.5 minutes, but doesn't have to be quite that long. But maybe, 3 to 5 minute video talking about, who you are, and where you're at in the school process, and what kind of potential research interests, or if you don't have research interests, that's fine. What other interests do you have? Why are you in a program for psychiatric rehabilitation is kind of what I'm interested in knowing. Really excited to get to know some of the new students that I have yet to meet, and reconnect with students that I have seen here in previous classes, specifically I think 1101, the intro course. So hello to all my former students. All right, I think that's it. Have a great semester. You can see my dog there in the background. That's Pickles. She may be joining me in some videos in the future. And take care. Have a great semester. If you need anything, feel free to reach out.